What's good, y'all? It's your boy Fisk, the hardest voice in sports. If you have not already liked this video, please do so now. Subscribe to my channel while you at it. Y'all know the rules. Don't watch my shit till you subscribe. Now let's get to it. Y'all need to leave Michael Vick alone. Alright, black community. Alright, black Twitter. Can we please leave Michael Vick alone? Because what Michael Vick said is a fact. If Kaep wants a job in the NFL, he gonna have to sell out a little bit and got to coon his way back into the league. He gonna have to do what Massa say if he want to get a job. That's a fact. Now, before I go on my rant, I just want to let everybody know I love Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick that dude is a role model to me. That's an inspiration. I mean, that man's flying planes to countries to feed people. He's donating his own money for good causes. He took a knee and processes the anthem. He put his career on the line. He probably played his last season of football because he wanted to stand for something that was right. I ain't got nothing but love for Colin Kaepernick. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a negative thing in this video to say about Colin Kaepernick. Nothing. Kaepernick is a legend to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it'd be better for his legacy in the books that are gonna be written about him 10, 20 years down the line if he doesn't play in the NFL again. Because you know what? It takes a real man to take an L for doing the right thing. A lot of pussies out there will take a W and do the wrong thing. But anyway, back to Michael Vick. Listen, y'all need to chill, because I got news flash for y'all. So these 60, 70, 80-year-old white men, what Colin Kaepernick did is worse than what Michael Vick did. You know how many veterans, how many families out there have lost somebody or had somebody serving our country overseas who were appalled and disgusted when they saw him take a knee during the national anthem? I don't think y'all get that. Michael Vick, when he killed the dogs, he offended a lot of animal lovers. He did. You know, what he did was fucked up, but let's be real here. The black community, we forgave him. And we was a little tight that he got damn near 2 years for fucking dog fighting. That was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I got my little girl Winter out there. I love my dog to death. You don't get it twisted, but you know, let's relax. Didn't nobody say nothing bad about Michael Vick when he went on his apology tour and he went out there and fucking stuck up for Riley Cooper. When Riley Cooper said the N-word, anybody won't call Vick out on his bullshit then. But because he said one thing about Colin Kaepernick, who everybody all of a sudden loves, because he took a stand when 2 years ago, everybody was saying that he's stuck up and he's arrogant and he isolates himself from the team. Remember when he was wearing the Beats headphones and the NFL didn't want him to? Remember when they was thinking about trading him and cutting him? There's a reason why he started the season on the bench, y'all. Until Colin Kaepernick took a knee, didn't nobody give a fuck about Colin Kaepernick? And now all of a sudden, y'all want to crucify Vick for telling him to do the right thing. If Colin Kaepernick wants a job, cut your hair, look presentable. You really think some 70-year-old owner want a black man with a big ass afro to be the face of his franchise? Think about that. You better play like Cam. You better run like Cam Newton, throw like Tom Brady, and fucking win the media over like Tim Tebow if you want to have a black man contributing to black causes, taking a stand against police and the national anthem, and got a big fro, and gonna be the face of your franchise. You better be the black Jesus if you want that to happen. I want to put something in perspective for y'all. All these owners, right? They're in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s. Think about this. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King was in the mid-70s. They both got assassinated in the mid-60s. I'm sorry, the mid-60s, late 60s, right? That's what, 50, 55 years ago, give or take. Do y'all understand a lot of these owners were teenagers back then, probably in high school? Do y'all really, I want you to think about something for real quick. Do you really think they wanted to share a classroom with our grandpa or our great-grandmother? Do you really think they wanted to sit in the same classroom as us? You really think they wanted to drink from the same water fountain as us 50, 60 years ago? Think about that. So for all y'all who want to sit there and say that Colin Kaepernick shouldn't cut his hair or he shouldn't act appropriate, I wish I could see me because I got my quotation marks up, to get a job, you're fucking fooling yourselves. As far as those old white men are concerned, that boy did something wrong. He needs to be punished or he needs to apologize. And that's the God's honest truth. That might not be the most popular thing to say, but it's a fact. The owner of the Washington Redskins, Snyder, won't even change the name because he's not offended by the name. But then there's an entire race, an entire group of people, the Native Americans, who are hurt by the name the Washington Redskins. And he didn't change it. So, you really think they give a fuck about the black community? You really think they give a fuck about how we feel if it don't offend them? Think about that. Think they give a fuck that we getting shot in these streets and these cops ain't gotta face justice for the crimes they're committing? Think they give a fuck if we breathe? If we can breathe? I mean, for real, like, what are we talking about here? We're black. I'm speaking to my brothers and my sisters who may be watching this video. We're black. We gotta go the extra mile. We gotta smile a little bit brighter. We gotta talk a little bit more proper to get good jobs in this country. The hardest job in the world is being a black man in this country. So to sit there and say Michael Vick is wrong for telling Colin Kaepernick to cut his hair, what the fuck is wrong with you? You gotta dress for the job you want, not the job you got. Think about this for a second. My favorite wrestler is Triple H, The Game. Had the long hair, used to pour the water over it on his way to the ring, spit it out, all that good shit. You know, the minute he became COO of the company, he cut his hair because he wanted to look the part. You can't go into a boardroom with long hair and a ponytail. That's not business-like, that's not corporate. So to say that white people don't cut their hair or try and act accordingly to get jobs is bullshit. Everybody has to dress for the job they want, not the job they got. Because at the end of the day, there's always somebody who's more powerful than you, who you got to follow their rules if you want their job. And there's always going to be somebody next to you willing to do that if you're not. And that's a fact. And another thing, I want to make this clear. This is not just a black and white thing, because guess what? Tim Tebow got blackballed because of his faith. A lot of people are uncomfortable with him being a Christian and wanting to save souls. They didn't want the drama, so he can't get another shot in the NFL. You mean to tell me Tim Tebow couldn't be a backup? This is not the first time we've seen a player get blackballed. The whole point I'm trying to make is this. What these NFL owners want, they get. Do you really think that the owner of the Panthers would have asked Andrew Luck if he had tattoos? You think he would have gave a fuck if Andrew Luck had tattoos or not? No, but he damn sure asked Cam Newton before he drafted him if he had a lot of tattoos or not. You see my point here? That's all I'm trying to say, y'all. Y'all gotta leave Michael Vick alone. All he did was say a fact. If Colin Kaepernick want a job, he need to sell out. Now, I don't want to see him sell out, and it'll break my heart if he does, because I look up to Colin Kaepernick, and I hope I could contribute to good causes and do as much good in this world as he's done. Colin Kaepernick does a lot of good in this world, and there's not a bad thing I can say about him. But what Michael Vick said is, bruh, you're not the greatest quarterback in the world. You got benched for Blaine Gabbert. The least you could do is cut your hair and look the part. That's it. Michael Vick killed dogs and was the most hated athlete in the world. Got out of prison, did the little song and dance, apologized, became a company man, and how many jobs did he get? Philadelphia, got a max deal. Went with Pittsburgh, backed up Big Ben. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to get a job. Now, as far as Colin Kaepernick is concerned, like, you can't do that because you've taken a stand and you put yourself in a space where it's like you can't do that. But, I'm talking in circles right now, but y'all get what the fuck I'm trying to say. If you want a job, you gotta do what's required of the job. I got an afro right now. I'm picking my shit out. I mean, it ain't no Colin Kaepernick, but I'm growing my shit. I'm getting there. You think I can go into a fucking interview right now for some fucking company without at least getting a haircut, a fade, or something? Think I can go in there with this big ass afro? No. Think I can go in there with some tennis shoes on? No. I'm gonna need some khakis. I'm gonna need a suit. I'm gonna need a collar shirt. I'm gonna need a button up. I can't go in there saying, "What's up, man?" I can't. It's like, come on, y'all, cut it the fuck out. We all know how to get jobs. Stop acting like kind of Kaep niggas any different. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.